Coming up on Mountain News at 6, Kentucky's education leaders are preparing for next year's legislative session. The top issues they are focused on. And 6 volunteer fire departments in Breathitt County are awarded a large grant from the Department of Homeland Security.
Plus, we are tracking sunshine to return by the middle of this week. Those details coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We continue to follow the breaking news of a school bus crash out of Knott County. We want to take you to a live picture of the scene now. And police are telling us a yellow sedan T-boned the school bus. Parents were able to pick up students on the bus, and we're also told one man is being detained. Now, Perry Ambulance, Knott County Rescue Squad, and Kentucky State Police are all at the scene. We do not know if anyone was injured or how serious those injuries may be, if anyone was injured. But again, lots of emergency vehicles are at the scene. That's about all we know right now. We do have a reporter there trying to gather some more information, and we'll bring you any major updates before the end of this newscast, and certainly on WYMT.com and tonight at 11. A Corbin woman is behind bars after police realized she had multiple outstanding warrants following a traffic stop. 31-year-old Bobby Joe Trett was a passenger in a vehicle when Corbin police conducted the traffic stop yesterday. After they arrested her and took her to the Whitley County Detention Center, it was discovered Trett was hiding suspected meth. She was charged with trafficking a controlled substance and promoting contraband. In Pulaski County, Somerset police say they arrested a man who fired shots into the air near a middle school. An arrest citation shows Samuel Brown fired shots near his home on Kate Drive last Thursday. He then called police saying he fired several rounds into the air to scare some people off. Police believe he was under the influence. More than $5,000 and suspected drugs were found during a search of his home with a warrant. A former Stanton police officer and school resource officer is suing, saying the city of Stanton discriminated against him and violated the Americans with Disabilities Act. Michael Townsend says he was fired from his position as a high school resource officer because of his age and disability. He says he was replaced by someone younger who was also paid more. So far, the city has not commented. Officials with one West Virginia fire department believe someone started a fire on purpose this past weekend. Crews from the City of Logan Fire Department responded to the call just after 10:30 Saturday morning on Route 10 heading toward West Logan. When firefighters arrived, they found flames coming from one side of the abandoned commercial building. No one was hurt, and crews were able to put out the fire quickly. They are treating this as an arson case.
Dreary weather continues across the mountains into your Monday evening. Still watching out for some showers as well. Up on the radar, zooming into some showers in southern Leslie County, also into southern Perry County, also portions of Letcher County into Harlan County as well. And more light showers in southwest Virginia from Lee County into Wise County at this hour as well. And back to the north, more spotty sprinkles in Rowan County, pushing into Menifee, also Powell County at this hour. So we are watching out for some gloomy conditions, some soggy weather, also some chilly weather. Check out these temperatures: upper 40s and lower 50s, down to 43 in Wise, 49 for Pikeville, and 52 in Irvin, also for London at this hour. So we are well below average, but check out this view from Jenkins. You can see that fall foliage back in the distance. So a nice view here from US 119, US 23 as well. And if you haven't had the chance to go out and see that fall foliage yet, we are approaching the peak of that here in the mountains in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So be sure to get out and enjoy that. Some good weather to do so on Wednesday, tracking some sunshine, also some nice temperatures. That full forecast on the way in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. The Kentucky Department of Education is laying out its plans for the 2024 General Assembly. One of its top priorities is addressing the state's ongoing teacher shortage. They believe one solution is compensating student teachers. Kelsey Soto talked with KDE officials about their proposed plans.
Student teachers in Kentucky may soon see dollars in their pocket. The Department of Education is hoping this might be one solution to the ongoing teacher shortage. Option 1, the preferred proposal, an $8,000 per semester stipend for student teachers. That's about $15 an hour for 7.5 hours per day for 70 days.
And the bigger the change, the longer it takes.
Option 2 is $6,500 per semester. KDE is hoping the General Assembly won't tack on strings like requiring that students stay in the state for a certain amount of time. What's it like every year putting together this list and plan, knowing that probably we won't get everything we're asking for or looking for, but it is important to, I guess, voice those sort of needs, wants, and desires?
Oh, sure. I think everybody in my world understands that you don't get everything you ask for, but at the same time, we want to put forward what do we need? What does the department need to provide the services that we provide to districts? What are we hearing from districts that needs to be addressed statutorily? And sort of facilitating that conversation.
Some of the other 2024 legislative priorities include a revised funding formula for career and technical education programs, more literacy coaches to support early reading instruction, fully funded transportation for all school districts, and flexibility with AP dollars.
So they're just asking for a little bit of additional flexibility for funds appropriated for AP tests to allow them to use those funds that are not spent on actual tests on supports for those tests, whether that's additional supports for teachers or students, all with the goal of increasing those test scores.
In Frankfort, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
The 2024 legislative session begins on January 2nd. The CDC recommends a new RSV vaccine for infants and toddlers, but pediatricians say they are running into some roadblocks. One pediatrician says RSV is one of the leading causes of hospitalization for children younger than 5 during the fall and winter months. The new monoclonal antibody could help prevent serious illness.
Today I had a patient, a 1-month-old, who had gotten RSV and was already very sick with it, and mom, kind of lamented like, oh, I wish we had already had this available and we could have maybe limited the amount of sickness that she had.
Dr. Eiding says parents are asking when it will be available, but she says they are dealing with a waiting game because insurance is not footing the bill. It's been more than 14 months since the July 2022 flood. Knott County officials are still working to rebuild. Back in May, the NRCS launched the Emergency Watershed Protection Buyout Program in Perry, Breathitt, Knott, and Letcher counties. The deadline was extended to the end of September, and Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says they are beginning the auditing program. However, it will take some time. 6 volunteer fire departments in Breathitt County were recently awarded a large grant to better serve the community. WYMT's Olivia Calfee spoke with one department who says this will be a game changer in the event of another big natural disaster.
6 volunteer fire departments in Breathitt County are amping up their communication. Tim Osborne, chief of the Watts County Volunteer Fire Department, says they've received new radios.
We were able to put a new handheld radio in the hand of every active volunteer firefighter in the county and a new radio in every apparatus in Breathitt County.
Thousands of dollars awarded through a Homeland Security Communications grant because Osborne says communication is vital, and they have seen firsthand its importance during disaster.
During the 2022 flood, we had a lot of other organizations in the county supplying aid. We were not able to communicate with all of them. We couldn't talk to each other. A lot of our communication systems were down. This will enable us to communicate, to have interoperability and to communicate with other departments that come in for mutual aid, or if we go to other counties, we'll be able to communicate with them also. This gets the entire county on a level playing field.
Enabling all 6 fire departments to respond quicker, keeping the community safer.
Will allow us to be better responders and communicate with each other on the fire ground during brush fire season, which we're right in the middle of now. We'll be able to communicate with the dispatch center and hazard more reliably and safer and keep our folks safe and make sure everybody goes home.
Osborne says they received the grant last year, and as of September, every volunteer firefighter was fully trained on the equipment and now has a radio in hand. In Breathitt County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Osborne says they cannot thank the Kentucky River Area Development District enough for their help in writing the grant. Officials at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet have issued their annual antler alert to remind drivers to watch out for deer on the roads. Experts say peak season for deer vehicle collisions is upon us. KYTC officials say about half of all deer-related crashes happened during the last 3 months of the year. There were more than 3,000 highway crashes involving deer reported to Kentucky police last year.
Well, spotty showers linger into this evening, but some drier air is on the way for now. Those details coming up. Plus,
the Pike County Library District's Lee Avenue location has a new fixture of fun for families.